Hello peeps and hello peppers and welcome to Tarot Tuesday. I wanna read the cards today. Can you actually do that? Well, as your friend said, everyone can do that a little bit. Sort of like everyone can sing, but not everyone can be an opera singer. La 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 la. Okay. You convinced me. Let's do this together. Um, I hung out too much on social media again today, and I had a really good experience with massage therapy. So I thought we could do two questions, which are first, something that people can do for their health, as long as they're conscious that, like, we are not doctors. We are just a humble community of a little bit spiritual creatures who think, like, both about critical thinking and about pattern recognition. And the other question that I would like to ask the cards was, what can we do to handle this information flood on social media? Spoiler, just stopping reading this information is not enough. Actually, it's interesting that I find a mop stick here because, like, one of my favorite tarot readers, once again, yesterday got going about this broom. And the broom is, like, often a symbol of cleansing, so let's swear by the spirit of the mop to clean out our lives a little bit. And yes, Desi, you can sit here. This is also a little bit of an homage to this drawing that I posted somewhere, and then someone who didn't have any idea of my life context actually asked, "Is that your pet bunny?" No, I'm Desi the Dismastolian. Yeah, I know that, but you know, honey, other people don't. And I know that eBay calls you a walrus, but eBay doesn't know shit. Because Desmostolians have, like, vertical, no, like this standing out teeth. So most of them, at least, especially you. Okay. You go shuffle the cards a little bit, Desi, and I can then draw the cards because I have fingers. Yeah, and actually the massage made me a little bit proud of my fingers because the whole thing made me more conscious of my body. I mean, it's not a medical miracle, but it's a step in the right direction because actually it raised awareness on how, like, the lymphatic system and the muscle system and the fascia and the nerves and so forth are connected. And also, like, doctors should maybe sometimes make a more effort at a holistic view of the body. Here we have the Magician. Yeah, that was a kind of a magic experience today, actually. And the person had a decoration in their workspace that looked a little bit like this, even. So, yes, there is magic in the air. You can manifest everything you need to be to successful, to everything you need to be successful. This is what stands here in words. I don't know if that shows well through the camera. That actually fits the manifesting video of yesterday. I actually like the back art with this owl, and actually I also like the fact that this back art is not symmetrical. Because most tarots have a symmetrical back art, and when I got help to lay out mine, the one that I designed, it was emphasized that it needed to be symmetrical, but this, okay, this is not symmetrical, and of course the butterfly is always a symbol of transformation, and the barn owl is the slowest flyer in the animal kingdom. So, yeah, I'm very slow. Like, even though my different body systems might communicate better now, they are still very, very slow. Makes me think of this film soundtrack, serious soundtrack here. And this is Uncle Joe. He will move a little slow at the junction. So I kind of didn't have the strength and balance to stand up and fetch another tarot deck. I'm still working like where I can with things that I have within arm's length. So with this, this has even an infinity sign. The infinity sign is often a symbol of autism. This is, of course, also a symbol that has to come with in this communication. Like maybe we can even see this symbol on the blanket as a several can't speak today. Several systems in the body intertwining in more ways than we think. Can we maybe get some more info? The Ace of Fire. Okay, this is of course like a parent or a close pack member with a child, and of course white tigers also both remind me of the inbreeding documentary I saw the other day and of my white tiger t-shirt, and of this Finnish song Valkoiset tigerit, like the white tiger. And well, the other day I tried to find my white tiger t-shirt that is supposedly glow in the dark with help of someone, and while not finding the white tiger t-shirt, but yeah, we found plenty of other textiles that were way too small on me that needed to be reworked. And let's say this person had some skills and wills to rework the way too small textiles. So maybe it is a health endeavor for you, the listener, to make the journey the destination and to rework something in your life that, let's say, used to fit you maybe in one position, but you may have to rework it into something else. Here we also see this moon that has just a very thin ring. It reminds me of the impending here solar eclipse that has been advertised for a long time. So eclipses are always something that you can calculate. And when we had the last eclipse, actually, I was graduating my master's in gender studies with a focus on media science, rock music. Yes, I actually cited some rock music about the moon and the sun and stuff. Valkoiset tigerit is, by the way, also a rock song. Really recommend it. If you like music in smaller languages. So, but already when this eclipse back in the day was done, they told us already that the 12th of August 2026 is the next that you would see in Iceland. Like when they are reporting eclipses and calculating them, they always also say where you would best see them. So maybe there is something in your life that you basically can calculate the cycle of, and then listen to these calculations. Don't push them away. Like, of course, tree here has roots, and is that a church in the background or something? Something like a temple. Reminds me of something that I drew as a child in a lonely island that I imagined, but it also reminds me of the Neuschwanstein castle. So, and you may know or not know that Neuschwanstein was built by a king who was kind of a daydreamer. It is my understanding that he annexed my home area, Franconia, to Bavaria. That is a distinct culture, also a little bit of a distinct dialect. But you only understand this distinctness if you live there. To the Icelanders, I always compare it like the Westfjords and the rest of Iceland. And by the way, the solar eclipse is supposed to be seen best and longest in the Westfjords. I shall still try my best to see it in the city because earlier in the summer I experienced that the Westfjords are actually really not so accessible by car, and it takes like many hours and many fjords. But maybe this is also an input for someone about the journey as the destination. Ice of Fire, I'm always now hearing the song Chariots of Fire, that is also like about a challenge, about going into the finish line. And ACE for me is of course also always this abbreviation, asexual. And let's say people who talk about and live according to their asexual feeling mostly have a greater need of communicating what is okay for them versus not. So, and talking about okay for people, I thought I should go to the like information flood question. I mean, this, yeah, doesn't look like a conventional couple. This looks like hibiscus or something, like, or some flowers from childhood, where the little birds go in and fetch the nectar. So maybe, and you know that this bird has the highest heart rate of any bird, or did I understand that right? Okay, it has to do a very hard work to hover in front of these flowers. And my granny had similar flowers, but not similar birds, because talking about Franconia and Bavaria, I didn't grow up in places where the hummingbirds were. But actually, a friend of mine once wrote me a letter for Valentine's Day about a hummingbird and a boy. And the hummingbird was a symbol of Jesus Christ, because, let's say, the boy had a crush on a girl, and the girl would only go out with him if he brought her a red flower in an area where there were no red flowers. And, okay, attention, this is yucky. The hummingbird sacrificed itself to color a flower red with its own blood. So, talking about aces and talking about being clear about what's okay versus what's not, I would never want my friends to sacrifice themselves for some kind of whim of mine. Leave alone for a love relation of mine. I would rather dig deeper in my own life. What are my values? What is the most important thing in my life? And then only read these things on the social media that are important to me, and not try to look cool for someone else. More info on not trying to look cool for someone else. Yeah, Daisy, you are the very coolest, because you are like for yourself. And this horse almost has the same color as you. And this, isn't this the chariot? Yes, there we are. Hey, Chariots of Fire, the music piece. Butterfly is transformation. Chariot is always movement. But do I see that right here? That the horses are actually in the carriage rather than pulling it. So, and they are looking at something, sniffing at something. Should I maybe emphasize that I am not good at traditional tarot reading as such? I just like interpreting pictures. I'm a storyteller, I'm a painter, not some hocus pocus fortune teller. And could it be like now that I'm getting the inspiration to say that whoever pulls this card sort of got lost? Now I'm sort of remembering this like Robin Hood film from the 50s or 60s where like the rhinoceroses are, by the way, related to horses, and some people who hypothesize that all those animals are also related to Desmostillions. So anyway, the rhinoceroses are symbolizing the king's military, and they are kind of, let's say, deprived of all their intelligence in the story, and they are like sort of like headless chickens running with a tent over their heads, and then Little John, who is like the bear, the slightly naive but still somewhat thinking, reflective person, sort of a little bit like me. He was like, "Who's driving this mobile umbrella or something?" So I hope this story makes sense now, and if it doesn't, just let it fly away. Sort of like the tent in the movie. Let's say because I grew up with this movie, my mind is kind of slapstick, and my mind is kind of jokes that only a limited number of other people understand. But maybe there is a situation in your life where the people lose sight of what is important, so they're running around like headless chickens, and they can't actually control a wagon or other movement. So maybe you need to sit back in the wagon, observe the situation, and find a solution. And that will bring along a transformation. Can we get some more info on that transformation, please? You can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship. Yeah, first we are with this driving umbrella and Robin Hood. Actually, this really weird, goofy action scene, and I think it is on YouTube. Actually, also ends with Robin Hood proposing to Lady Marianne while he is fighting off the enemy. And people who know me will actually know that I am not into love conquers everything and love changes everything, but maybe talking about the aces, this is because the initial question was social media. Maybe this card is an invitation to start a new communication with someone. Like, of course, these spots in the Dios code are camouflage in the forest, and the trees are known for their root network, and the plants are the leaves are, of course, like photosynthesis. And actually, one of my favorite stories from Trivial Nature Explanations is that trees who can't produce chlorophyll, and I mean, I know it's not grammatically correct to say who, because trees are not people, but yeah, maybe even this way of saying it would invite to think that trees are like people. Okay, trees who cannot produce chlorophyll and therefore cannot do photosynthesis, can't talk today, they will be fed by the other trees with nutrients by the root network. So sometimes there are like invisible mechanisms under the surface. This actually reminds me so much of the massage session today, where the massage therapist actually told me that, like, I don't grip the massage bench the same way that other people do. So I have to consciously think about how to position my hands while other people do that subconsciously. And some trees, for example, chestnut trees, have like really fingered leaves. And actually, talking about chestnut trees, I so would like to find a chestnut tree here because I like these spiky thingies where the chestnuts are inside, and I also like the chestnuts and their texture. And as a child, I liked crafting with chestnuts. So, first, we talk about nourishing. Yeah, here is a jumping fish. Iceland still has this problem with irresponsible salmon farming, not sponsored. Can we maybe take this as an invitation to pause the social media a little bit and to craft with something that we found good in the childhood? And be the jumping fish, feel the waves, and trust that the other trees or our chosen family helps to nourish us. And it is my understanding that you cannot eat ordinary European chestnuts. But they actually contain saponin, like that's a soap agent. So some people claim, and I cannot prove that, that it is healthy to take a bath in the chestnut extract, and that you can also wash your laundry with chestnut extract. So maybe this is also an invitation to try out some unconventional nature healing and cleaning method. The cleaning method would actually fit our broomstick here. Of course, do your homework. Don't ingest anything, please, without asking a doctor first. And try things out that are not harmful. And yeah, enjoy your new communication. And I wish you a great evening with anything you can enjoy. Bye bye. Bye bye.